Welcome back to Toolbox Talks for Electricians, and today we have 365 Services. Andy, welcome, Andy.
How you doing? Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Good. And to keep on the subject of obviously finding out how electricians run a business, basically you're a fully qualified electrician, yeah?
Yes.
But you also run a building company.
So to speak, yes. Yeah.
So how did that come about? Tell us, how long have you been a qualified electrician now?
It's a funny story because as we spoke on the phone last week, I've kind of done it in reverse because originally, when I had a fringe, I was originally a carpenter builder, and I owned...
Qualified in them trades as well?
Yes, yeah. And I owned a building construction company for 12, 13 years up till 2008.
Right.
In which case, I won't go into long and short of it. Lost a shitload of money because of the recession, all that sort of bollocks, and a very, very large property.
Yet.
But I've always been a tech geek, and used to do a lot of wiring my own extensions and that, and then get my guys to come in and.
You had a lot more hands-on experience, just didn't have it on paper in effect.
Yeah. And then after that, I went to work for a ex-friend of mine for 5 years. He said, "Oh, fucking come and work for me, mate. Come work for me. Blah, 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 blah. You know,
I need hand.
Do your apprenticeship and all this sort of stuff." So I said, "Yeah, go on. No worries. It's what I want to do now. What I want to do." So I did that. Went to college for 2 years, and then he decided he was going to move to Ireland and close his business the week before Christmas.
Good lad.
Cheers for all that service, guys.
Nice
I'm off.
mate.
Top of the morning to you and all that. So two of the other guys I used to work with for him, they sat down and goes, "Oh, Jesus, man, what are we going to do?" I went, "Well, we're going to set up our own electrical business." So, which is what we did for 8 years.
Well, you set up electrical business with the other lads qualified as well?
Yeah, with the other two guys.
Right,
yeah,
they were Sparkies?
They were Sparkies, and they were fully qualified. So the issue was with being a director of a business and starting a company, there's no way on this earth I could have taken a day off to go college every single week. So, and it was a case of one of the other guys was a QS, so it was a case of, okay, I just didn't go back and complete my third year.
Right. But doing that then, did you get on all right, do you think? Work-wise, you had plenty of work, and did you ever struggle, do you think?
What, to find work?
No, to actually do the job as an electrician.
No,
you didn't have the bits of paper in effect.
By this time, I'd had probably close to 13, 14 years experience, working as an electrician.
I think there's a lot of lads out there like that as well, isn't there? With a shed load of experience, just not a bit of paper that say they can.
They are, and that brings a conversation about, it's one thing to go to college for 3 or 4 years and come out of all these fancy bits of paper and then get out on site and not even know how to test for continuity.
On the other way round,
100%. So I kind of did the opposite. So then 9 years later, we shut down our business, and it was fine. It was all amicable. It was just a case of 3 directors. You're always top heavy as far as finances. And it was, I guess, if I'm honest, it was a joint business with 3 separate account managers, if that makes sense.
Right.
So we all had our own clients. Yeah. But everything went through the same business. It helped, but the frustration is I'm a businessman. The other guys are great Sparkies, and they were great electricians, technical heads and all that sort of thing. But running a business and being an electrician are 2 separate entities,
100%,
which you will know. Many people don't.
Yeah.
So it just got frustrating, whereas for me, I wanted to keep scaling and scaling and scaling. But they didn't want to spend any money on marketing and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, if you don't want to spend any money on marketing, stop moaning about where we are and accept it, or get your checkbook out and let's crack on and build and grow and scale.
A little while ago, get your checkbook out.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, that was obviously that was just a figure of speech, but I mean, your Reddies, or your bank card. But it was just a case of they were happy with word of mouth, and I went, that's fine if you're on your own to keep yourself busy, but if you want to scale and start scaling and running a successful business and grow.
There's routes to do, there's things you got to do sort of thing, yeah.
And the main thing is obscurity, and business is a numbers game. If you want to build, you need more of this in order to generate more revenue.
So is this when you broke away and went, right?
Yeah, so we decided to close the business down, and then instantly I went off 3 years ago now and started 365 Services MK. Which was a fantastic decision, if I do say so myself.
Right, you're a chuff, you did it.
Do you know what?
I always think it's good to work for yourself, or basically you being your own boss, because I know so many people that have gone into business with partners, because, I don't know, you assume firstly, right, the more people that own this company, there's going to be free brains. sometimes don't always work like that.
The problem I find with having business partners, and it's not to say that I would never have another one in the future, is that some situations when you got business partners,
Too many people to make this. Too many cooks, in effect.
there's too many decisions to make, and everybody's got their own idea.
Yeah.
Which is why you have a monthly meeting, and obviously collectively you decide which direction we're going to go, or what we're going to do. But sometimes it just gets hard where sometimes you could, I say could, steal like somebody stealing a living off you, if that makes sense. So when you go through the figures at the end of the month and you go, right, I've brought in 27 grand this month and you've brought in 6.
Right.
It's like, well, hold on a second. You're taking the same amount of dividends for this month out of me.
Yeah, and you ain't done as much.
Let's just hope next month it's going to fluctuate a little bit.
I'll have a word for him when he gets back from Thailand.
And it doesn't. So it was a case for me knowing the direction that I want to take a business. And my missus thinks I have autism and ADHD, which I probably do because my 10-year-old son does. So now it's being recognised in myself.
That's where it come from.
Everything in my life is a system and a process, even from when I walk down the stairs in the morning to everything I do is in a strict format,
regime, in
and
effect.
order, and it never changes. It never changes. So for me, everything in my life is a system, a process, and a structure, which is autism, how autism affects people.
Yeah.
So I love that it's just me that can put these systems and processes,
all the decisions, sort of thing. Yeah,
and put
that's
these things
control
in
thing maybe as well.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
It is, but it gets shit
You
done.
like it.
You know,
say you're control freak. Good. I'm in control. Like, shut the flip up.
100%. And the thing is, as well, is you're not relying on anybody else to make sure.
Indeed, yeah.
You know, cash flow forecasts are done, or you know, sort of. I love Google Sheets and Excel sheets. You know, like yourself,
geek out on them, sort
sheets
of thing.
for everything.
See
build
where
the
you're going.
formulas.
Yes.
Know your numbers. Every single job, you know, all the values, all the figures, all go in that sheet, so you know your numbers. And a lot of people don't.
No, they don't realise that they're probably not making any money sometimes. So
And they don't know why.
You calculate, you think, I haven't got any money. You've got to figure out why you ain't got any money. You're not charging enough. Are you spending too much on materials? I don't know. There's so many different aspects of a business that you can fix it. You've got to work on, in effect.
This was one of my frustrations where we used to have the conversation where I used to say, I've done this sheet. Every job you do, stick all the data in. Then at the end of each month, we can sit down.
It's nice to see. That's
at the director's
proper
table,
geeking out, isn't it? Yeah.
And see what jobs do we make the most profit on? What jobs are we breaking even? What jobs are we losing money on? Obviously, the ones we're making the most profit on, that's what we want to channel our marketing strategies in because we want more of those.
Right.
And then eventually, strategically, we'll almost niche in a particular say for instance like the EVs, like what I've been doing for the last 2 years, you know, hammering the EVs, you know, sort of between 15, 18, 19, 20 a month.
To do it all the
the demand is there.
The marketing's sort of helping you because every other advert is an EV car on TV.
Exactly.
So if someone thinks I'm going to get an EV car, I need an EV charger.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So it's about identifying what is the most valuable asset of
at the time,
the service that you provide. And right, okay, now I'm going to throw all my efforts into a marketing campaign and strategy for that niche.
Right.
Whilst the demand is there, coin it in, and then work out the next demand.
Obviously you can always adapt.
Of course,
as well.
Exactly.
So when you started up on your own, then you obviously didn't have an electrician because you just broke away from them.
Yeah.
So you decided to go and get your own bits of paper to say you can do it.
Yeah, I went and spent 3 or 4 grand and just did the whole lot.
Did you do a night course or?
No. I did it with Trade Skills for You.
Right.
So I finished off my MVQ with those, which was just evidence based anyway.
Yeah.
Then I spent I've done my 18th online with all my webcams and stuff, making sure I weren't looking
you
at
can
the
do
ceiling.
Online, can you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that,
Well, COVID, that's one good thing coming out of COVID.
Yeah, you could.
So
did you sit there with your book and you get
that's it.
Well, Chat GTP weren't about
100%.
it, was it, I
No,
suppose?
exactly. Then I spent, I think it's about another 900 quid and done my 239152 inspection and testing. And then I've done my AM2, I think it's AM2E or AM2S, because I went down the experienced learner route. Done that, so I had everything.
Did it all first time?
Yeah.
Top and
And then I thought I'll just go and one more higher, and just went and got the gold card as well. So.
Nice. That ain't higher. A lot of people say it's higher. I ain't got a gold card in. I had it when I first passed, but I don't know. Do they pay for it these days or what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a lot. The thing is, I will never need it
Have you ever needed it since you've had it?
No, it's just in my wallet.
Just a little thing, isn't it?
It's just in my
Look
wallet.
what I've got.
Look at me, I'm fucking
It's
Superman.
in gold.
No, but it's good to have, and it's like 2 years ago, I have clients in Milton Keynes, Arts One. They're a dance and performing arts school,
Yeah.
and they moved premises to a 26,000 square feet premises. In which case, they asked me to take on the whole refurbishment of the whole building, but I was like, I just don't have the resource at the moment to take that. So they got another company in to do that, but they did stipulate.
You think that's a missed opportunity in effect?
No, it wasn't, because I absolutely killed it on the electrics. I mean, the electrics was not far off 140 grand for 6 months work, which was great. So, but they said to the main contractor, you can have all the jobs, but we want to use our electrician.
Cool.
But obviously, because there's a main contractor, you have to have a CSCS card and all that bollocks.
Yeah,
so,
check all that.
I just got the standard bollocks one.
Oh yeah, you do. You do that. Is it an half-hour course in a container? Sometimes
That's it, mate. Yeah, just bought Milton Keynes
I've done it
Council
for a long
office, just a
time,
box ticking exercise. Then I thought, I'm just going to get the gold card, because then in that sort of environment for that kind of project, and just go, there you go, mate. That's what I want. That's what
I've got.
That's my wallet.
So when your first business, then.
Yeah.
Obviously, do you think that you struggled to get customers, or how did you get customers when you first started up, not possibly on your own, even with your partners? How did you go about advertising?
Well, to be honest, I didn't advertise for my building company. I didn't advertise.
That was just word of mouth.
That was just
old-fashioned way, like.
Yeah, just because at heart I'm a salesman at the end of the day,
Right.
and I coach sales as well. So it's one thing I've always been good at, and my missus will say this, and everyone else, is talking.
Gift of the gab.
It's just talking and knowing how to sell properly.
Right.
Selling is not about.
So do you think that's an advantage to you, obviously, when you go around and do a quote?
100%.
Possibly, because you can explain things better, I think, when you're there, giving someone an estimate or a quote, you're telling them in detail what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. And the people grow to like you, don't they?
Do you know what? For me, sales is people buy from people.
100%. I think that, yeah, definitely.
And a lot of my clients, not existing because they've been with me for forever, but new customers say to me, to be honest, we'd already picked you when you came around to survey the job because we really like you.
Told me that would put no naught on the end.
I know, exactly. 0 time. But it's how you come across and present yourself to people. And I say the same to my eldest son, Ellis. He's 20 now. He's started working for me about 7 months ago.
Right.
And I've always
bringing him up the ranks.
Yeah, and I've said to him his whole life, I said, if you present yourself well to people, people will always, when there's an opportunity, they will think of Ellis. Yeah. Because they like you, they trust you, they think you're worthy of the opportunity, and people will open doors for you. And I've always said that to him, and he's done the same because he's just done his UA for football coaching qualifications as well, football coaching. And it's in a sort of a sales environment, it's how you talk to people. And for me, in our industry, the best form of sales is to give people
face-to-face
and give people ideas.
Right,
because homeowners aren't electricians.
No.
They have an idea of what they want. They don't know how logistically
it's going to
be delivered.
They just know what they want in
but
there.
They also don't know what's possible.
Yeah.
And there comes the upsell. Oh, have you thought about this? Or you could do this? Or what about some LED feature lighting? Blah, blah, blah. And they go, all of a sudden,
that'd be nice.
You've gone for a £400 job to a £1,400 job just because you've thrown ideas. But it's about not being pushy, not being a Zenith Windows
just suggesting
salesman.
it in effect.
100%. And having a conversation. And the key
what
thing
can be done.
And the key thing about sales is to use that more than you use this. You've got 2 of these for a reason and 1 of those for a reason.
Right.
So it's about
good analogy.
Asking questions.
Yes.
Ask them questions, find out what their pain points are, what their wants are, and what their needs are, and offer a solution. Like the best products in the world that create millions or billions of dollars in revenue are the ones that solve a problem. It's the same for what we do or anything.
Like you say, sometimes when you go into old people's houses, like white light in a kitchen or a bathroom, I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's too bright, too clinical in effect.
Yeah.
But older people love it because they can see better. And if they say like you have to fit different wiring for a white light. No, like trust me, I'll just get you a white light. It's fine. And these days as well, especially when you put a down light in, this is why I explain to people: You can have it cool, white, warm,
Colour
white.
switchable.
Yeah, exactly.
These are great. They're an
Like,
integrated
oh, I don't
unit.
white,
You don't have
please.
to change any bulbs because you won't know what I say if I say lamps.
Yes,
But
this
they're
is the
colour
thing.
switchable. You
Yeah.
can switch the voltage down and stuff like that, and they're brilliant.
Yeah.
You can
10
change the
times better.
bezels.
I
if you
mean,
get bored with the
that's come
chrome, you can
along.
put white on.
Yeah.
And it's just giving
Don't tell
ideas.
them that stuff all the time because they'll be ringing you up saying, I want to
It's
change
just-
a bezel.
but
You
it's-
said it can change colour. Yeah, the lamp can change colour, not the freaking light.
The thing is, again, it's like the reason why people will call you back because it's about the customer experience.
Yes.
It's not necessarily about what you do on the tools.
Yeah.
It's about I'm a massive advocate with my business. My number one priority in my business is service and customer experience.
Mm-hmm. Well, the customer's always the one that pays. That's why I think you've got to look after them for them to be able to look after you.
And you want them to remember you. You
Yeah.
go to a restaurant, you could have the greatest food in the world. If the waitress is a complete Karen and an arrogant, rude idiot, you don't go
You're
back.
gonna have bad experience,
Even if
yeah.
it's the best food, you
True,
don't
yeah.
go back. However, when you leave that house or that business and they go, oh, they were so good, you don't even know they've been there.
Yeah.
They're so clean and
Because
tidy.
sometimes you get on with a customer so much, they'll just ring you up saying, if you're passing, Ben, I haven't got any jobs to do, but can you pop in for a cuppa?
Sorry, I ain't got
I'll have
time.
a sandwich as
Yeah,
well.
you're looking
please,
at
to be
about
honest.
3 weeks.
Yeah, I know. But you also did mention earlier on then that you coach.
Yeah.
So you coach other tradesmen
Yes.
in business.
Yeah.
What would be something you recognise as a massive fault that a lot of tradesmen do? Unknowingly.
I mean,
Or don't do, in effect.
I won't say sweep up electricians because that is just an old
We don't
wild
do
tale.
that anyway. Come
I've
on.
never met an electrician that doesn't sweep up.
I know, yeah, you do.
Not on one of my jobs.
I think
No,
you've got to
you-
be clean and tidy. I like being clean and tidy.
Leave it as you found it.
100%.
Leave
yeah.
it as you
You've got to
found it.
especially in domestics.
Yeah.
Maybe industrial, they've got a labourer that can do it.
Yeah.
But in domestics, when you're there, someone's got to clean up, haven't they?
100%.
And they've got to be you.
Right.
And half the time, you've got to scrap the copper anyway.
Yeah. See, I don't even do that. I'm terrible, mate. I've like
You don't scrap your copper.
no,
Missing a
it's-
beat there, man.
mate. I'll just literally give away or throw away like 9 meters.
Parkies love you then.
9 meters of 6mm armour because I'm not going to use it. It's too short
Must
for a
follow
job.
you
and just
around your
fucking-
jobs and think, look at his skip, he's got loads. They're rummaging through it.
Yeah, mate. No, I don't know. Really, it's quite a hard one. I mean, it's obviously the social media, the online world. You see loads of stuff.
Do you think that, do people still, or would you recommend to people to do leaflets?
I think personally, they're a bit like the charity magazines where you pay X amount to have a double page in my church magazine
Yes.
that get used because the back chair's wonky or whatever. I think as far as marketing goes, if we're getting on a thing about marketing, and I mean, how long have we got? I think if you for a service-based business, if you're looking to be super busy and scale and have a sort of a sustainable business, you need to crush the world of Google.
Yes. Also, well, basically online.
Yeah,
You turn
online.
to online because
100%
that's the
online.
new way of, I think.
Even people's
Anyone.
nans are using the internet
Yep.
and stuff now. So it's
Definitely.
it's
you get a call
definitely
from an
online.
old girl and you, what?
Yeah, I know.
What? Yeah, definitely. But you're trying to be polite
Put
as
your
well.
teeth in, Karen.
Everyone is using it. So what do you reckon? You obviously reckon Google is the best. Any tradesman's got to be on Google, basically.
I think if you want people to take your business seriously, and you want to scale and grow a business, then for me, it differ from like other people's opinions, but for me, for consistency,
Yeah.
and for I'd say the caliber of jobs, depending on what your niche is or what it is
Yeah.
you're looking to do, like as your service. Google,
But
all
like
day
you
long.
were saying earlier, you can advertise yourself to target specific jobs.
100%.
Like, so if you think EV's killing it, so I'm going to advertise myself more to do with EV. So in that respect, do you just put more information on EV charges on your Google page?
It's more about Google's a very funny platform. Obviously, apart from being the world's biggest search
Yep.
engine, there's a lot of boxes that need to be ticked on a very regular
Not
basis.
just a matter of setting up a business page, going, there we go, wait for the phone to ring.
That's like building a website on Squarespace and doing no SEO or no backlinks or nothing and thinking people are going to find you. They
Yeah.
won't. You've just been buried under the desert. And it's the same with Google. Google will organically promote businesses that are seen to be active.
Right.
So, for instance, if you're taking photographs of your work every day, and you don't have to do it every day, but to start off
I
with,
have to get the Sparkies. All tradesmen have got pictures on their phone anyway. I was
they do.
having a cam belt done
every
on my
time
van.
someone does a board change, they take a photograph
Exactly.
of the board
Send
in
it to
case
your
they
mate.
forget the order of the circus when they do the EIC.
Indeed, yeah.
You know?
And I did someone did a cam belt on my van the other day, and before I drove it off, he's like, "Let me take a photo. Let me take a photo." It's boring to me, a few cogs, but he wants to take a photo for his portfolio,
Of course
possibly.
he does,
Yeah.
because people can see what's happening, and
Yeah.
and the other thing is as well is,
And again, like you say, wet belts on transit customs, they're getting done all the time.
of
So
course
he
they are.
probably
There's a
thinks
huge
I'm
demand
advertising
for it,
them, yeah.
and that's a specialist place as well.
Yes.
There's garages like I know one in Bedford. That's all they do every
Oh, is
day
it?
of the week is wet belts.
Ford have done them a
It's
favour,
wet
haven't they?
belts. So because they do it every day, then that's where people are going to go because
Yeah.
they specialise in these.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a fortune for that and all.
Yeah, no, they do because they're specialised.
Yeah, I know,
so
yeah.
people pay a premium for a premium
Yep.
service and a specialist service, and it's the same in our industry, right across the board of construction. if you niche down and become the GOAT in what you do,
Right.
then everyone will see you. Customers.
Do you
will see
transform then? Like, say, at the moment, like you say, you're killing it in EV chargers, you put them in EV chargers in all the time. Previously to EV chargers, what were you niching down on in effect?
things like rewires.
Right.
Fuse box
So
changes.
you like doing things
Yeah.
like, any Sparky,
Yeah.
I think. Well, some Sparkies don't. They say don't do rewires.
I don't
So you
really
put an
like-
outside light up.
I
but you
don't
do a
really
rewire.
like rewires.
Especially if they're occupied.
Yeah, I won't take on an occupied rewire.
No.
I'd rather not earn the money.
It's just the mess
Because
you
they
make.
are-
It's a hassle.
I've done them in the
Moving
past.
everyone's stuff around.
And they're a ball ache because
Yeah.
one bedroom's full of furniture. You get the floorboards up in that one. You can only wire that room, and then you got to put all the floors back down, then move all the furniture out of that room to get in there.
We're doing well,
And it takes twice as long.
It does
But the
indeed,
customer doesn't understand it's going to cost twice as much in labour. Mm-hmm. And this is the thing: oh God, that's a bit
this is-
expensive.
yeah,
Well,
definitely.
expensive for who, mate?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
And especially when you say, I'm going to be in this room today. Okay. And they'll just get the jammers on and walk out. You're like, you ain't even moved anything, mate. Come on. You ain't even made your bed.
Exactly.
I can't be doing that.
An occupied rewire, I price out the window and hope I won't get it. And if I do go, it's worth the stress.
Yes, indeed.
And
Send someone else in.
Yeah, and that's it. Whereas the one we've just done last week, that was for a landlord that I do a lot of properties for, have done for years, and he's just bought their house. And in actual fact, he called me round there because he said, "Oh, just bought a new rental in Bletchley, need a fuse box changing." I was like, "Yeah, no worries." Turned up with it, blah, blah, blah. He sent me a photograph of the fuse box. So I knew what RCBOs and that.
fuse, yeah.
I went there, 70-year-old house, had a massive fire in the lounge. And I went,
Ain't going to work,
mate. I said, how old is that? About 60, 70. He said, yeah, 71 years. I went, mate, you're refurbing the whole house.
Do this
You need to
now.
rewire it, mate. I said, because number one, as soon as I put an RCBO on, they're all going to start
Trip,
smashing
trip.
the floor.
Yes, indeed.
I said, so I'm not really interested in that. And number two, you're going to have this all plastered, new kitchen, new
And
bathrooms,
then you need new wires.
and then it's just going to bite you in the arse. I said, so invest the money, like for longevity. I'll do you a good deal, obviously. I'll do you a good deal and rewire it. Then
Put that in there. Didn't you? To get it in his head.
yeah.
It's a good deal.
Everything is brand new. Job done. He was like, yep, no problem. Send me the quote.
And less hassle in the long run. You can just tell them
100%.
that.
You know you're going to have
basically.
no issues now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So with the businesses that you've had then, do you know how many businesses you had over time?
That's free.
3 businesses.
Yeah.
What would be the biggest lesson you think you've learned?
I think one of the biggest lessons is learn how to say no to people.
What, with jobs you mean? Or
Yeah, customers.
Yeah?
Yeah. Some people,
Give me an example of where you've had to say no to someone about.
I mean, you will know yourself. Sometimes you go round to see a customer that you've not met before. They've called you. You've gone round to survey a job, and the first thing they say, "Do me a good deal." Oh, how much will it cost? Oh yeah, do me a good price.
I've got loads of properties after this.
Yeah, no, 100%. Typical landlord, Yep. I'll give you loads of work.
Yeah. I've
You
got
know-
3 houses.
You automatically know that no matter what figure you put on that document, they're going to try and knock you down.
Yeah, or they say,
Yeah.
the other electrician says he's going to do it like this.
Or they say-
well, why is that other electrician not here?
100%.
Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the biggest one as well.
Right, so that's the red flags that make
and
you
it's
think,
also
I ain't
jobs
doing
you
this.
go to and you know that realistically and competitively, you can only price to some degree without just being ridiculously like
Yeah,
off
yeah,
the
yeah.
market.
You can't just because you don't want to do it. Put a
But you
million
know
pounds,
you're going to
just
lose.
taking the
You
mick.
know you're going to lose money, or you're going to break even, and it's going to be the worst day of your life. Do you know what I mean?
And you're going to regret it. Basically.
And it's like there's easier ways to earn a living, and there's better ways to earn a living. And I've got more productive things I can be doing with my time than struggling here for the day for peanuts. So, number one, learn how to say no. And number two, which is probably the most important, is know your numbers.
right.
I would probably say 95, and I might be wrong, I'm just pulling this figure out the sky. 95% of tradespeople, unless they're actually running a business and they have office staff and, and accounts girls and stuff like that. But generally, sole traders and one-man bands and all that, potentially or probably do not have any kind of record or spreadsheet on the money that they earn on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And then wonder why.
You put everything on there.
And then wonder why at the end of the month they've been what I call a busy fool. Oh, I've got stacks on. I'm loads of, I ain't got enough hours in a day. But yeah, I've got nothing left at the end of the month after I've paid my bills. That's because you don't know your numbers. Whereas me, I've got sheets and
Little Excel spreadsheet sort of thing.
even a £60 job goes on there. That job goes on
Even if
there.
it's cash.
All of them. Sorry?
Even if it's cash.
Yeah, it's not going to the accountants or the HMRC, but it's for me. but it's for me. So I know.
Yeah, for your personal, so you know what's
Yeah.
going in and out. Like,
Yeah.
Especially if you've done a whole month's work and got paid cash, all of it. It looks like you earned nothing in a way. So at least
I
you
had
know.
that with my old electrical company where we done the accounts and I was about 62.5 grand out. I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, yeah, we've done 62.5 grand's worth of work, cash from builders.
Right.
And then what we used to do, instead of putting it through the business,
Buy
instead
materials
of,
or something.
no, what we did was we'd have a bonus and then
Dividends in effect.
instead of taking dividends out of the business,
Right.
we just do it in cash sort of thing. But obviously the issue with doing that is if you've got a big, say for
Because you
instance,
can get excited, can't you? When someone
course you can.
get that amount of cash, you're like, woohoo, I'm going down
course you
shop,
can.
mate. Get myself a new bike or
the,
new car.
the problem is
Yeah.
you've just done a 10 grand job and they've paid you 5 grand in cash and the materials were 3 grand.
As well,
But you
yeah.
haven't put that 3 grand back in the bank, and then that 3 grand to pay your wholesalers has come out somewhere else.
Yes.
All of a sudden you're in negative
So
cash
that's
flow.
where your figures, knowing your figures
100%.
is a bonus.
So just know your numbers. Like you can get real dial in every single pound, and trust me, it will make a huge difference.
Yeah.
And
knowing where it's going.
one more thing, labor is not profit. And I see.
What do you mean by that?
I see so many people on social media. Oh yeah, this ain't bad. I earned £500 every day. Blah blah blah. It's this amount every year or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Labor is not profit. So if you're charging say £250 or £300 a day, you're not earning £250, £300 a day.
Right.
I mean, first of all, you got
Because
your
you've got
tax.
your outgoings and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Your overheads. Yeah. So that comes out. You're charging £250 a day, but you're taking home £175 because the rest is paying for your diesel, it's paying your van finance, it's paying your van insurance, it's paying your NIC or your NAPIT. Registration, all this other bollocks, your zero accounting software if you're posh like me, and all this other sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and this where it comes into learning and knowing how to price jobs properly. Because a lot of people go,
And that's something you've got to learn if you're going to run your own business.
if you want to make money and you want to
Yeah.
make profit, because people just go, £250 labour, £250 materials. There you go, mate, it's 500 quid. No, it's not. How much does it cost you per day to run your business? If it costs you 30 quid,
Got to take that out.
you've got £500 plus 30 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got any other costs? Have you included all your sundries and other little bits and bobs that nobody charges for?
Yeah.
Because
Screws and plugs.
you go
You
and
got
get them
boxes
from the
of it, you bought
wholesalers,
one's
but
bargain
eventually they're
deals, yeah.
gone. Where's the money coming from? And then after you've done that, then there's your 20, 25, 30% profit. Because otherwise what's happening is your profit is paying for your van.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. You're just sort of robbing Peter to pay Paul in effect.
And then I get people say, well, I can't put 25% profit on top of this because I'll just price myself out the window. I'm like, I tell you why you price yourself out the window is because you're paying yourself too much, because you're being greedy. So how much do you realistically need to pay yourself a day?
Yeah.
Because
Then put the rest in the business. in
how
effect.
about if you could live on 190 a day? Yeah, so 190 plus 250 plus your 30, and then add your 25%. oh, actually, that looks a bit more comfortable.
Right.
My overheads have been paid, my 30 quid. My wage has been paid, my materials have been paid, and then there's 25% worth of profit that goes in my bank.
And this is all on your spreadsheet as well that you work out.
Yeah.
Right. So you've done electrics, you done plumbing,
I actually done 2 years at Molten College in plumbing as well.
Carpentry, plumbing, building.
Used to do a lot of my own plastering, plaster my own extensions and stuff like that.
What would you prefer?
What do I prefer?
Yeah. Or do you not mind doing them all?
Do you know what? I love them all, and it's for me.
There's got to be one that you find is better.
Do you know?
You're aiming towards it, but carry on.
I would. I would say I love electrics.
Right.
And one of the main electrics.
Cleanest.
Do you know what? Is it fucking not where I go? You'll see me today, mate.
Right.
I love electrics for the same reason that I used to love being a chippy, because I can create something from nothing.
Right.
So to be able to walk in a room and design, say, lighting and feature lighting and all that, and then at the end, or if you're on apps and stuff, it all comes on, looks nice. You've got all the ambience, the moon. It's like, wow, that looks absolutely fantastic. This was just, there was nothing here when I started.
Yeah.
It's a real good feeling, and an even better feeling for the customer, for the client, because they're like, I didn't even know you could do that, because half the time there is. It's like, well, anything is possible.
Yeah.
It boils down to two things. Are you prepared to put on the mess? Are you prepared to pay the money? Simple as that.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was the same with carpentry, starting off with nothing, just some lengths of timber and lumber and, creating something or building something. So, I would say electrics. And I think mainly the reason is because you have to use your brain every day.
Yeah, you do, unfortunately.
You can get complacent, but you're still... No matter what you do,
finding and problem solving.
I mean, even installation, like for instance, this extension we're doing. I spent half an hour after we finished doing the kitchen and all the big extension,
figuring out how you're going to route it.
No, just walking through, ticking off a list that we got everything in that needed to be in.
Right.
And it was in the right place,
like
sort of thing.
Sockets
So
and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there's a lot to think about, and there's something to be said about being able to run a big project. It's one thing, being able to change a fuse board or put in a couple of sockets or whatever. But to be able to run an actual project, where you've got multiple rooms, multiple spaces, and multiple trades coming in, so schedules. And
how many lads you got working on 365 at the minute?
I've got sort of 4 or 5 in total with the
Do you
subcontractors.
plan to scale?
Oh, massively, yeah.
Yeah? 100%? You're going to go bigger and bigger?
100%,
What's your plan to scale, in effect?
Probably 10, 15 total.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And have different gangs doing different jobs?
Yeah. I'll probably have a small team round doing the jobbing, the day work, and then probably another 1 or 2 teams doing the
So you'll
things like
need to
the
employ,
extensions and
obviously,
retards.
electricians and that as well?
Yeah.
So, there is a future with your company, in effect, with electricians. You got any apprentices?
Yeah, I've got my eldest boy, Ellis, he's 20.
yeah?
So, he's been with me 7 months, and he's
So
you're
bringing them back up,
Mate, he is actually the ideal apprentice, everyone's ideal apprentice.
He's a good lad.
And I mean, obviously, I put it down to him being my son. The way he's been brought up.
Say that, yeah.
Of course, come on.
He is.
Come on. No, he's like, because it's like, I never have to ask him to find something to do.
Right.
If he's finished doing something, he'll get on with something else.
Right. Got a bit about him then, yeah.
If there's something to do, but he's not sure what to do, then I'll turn around and he's got a broom, or he's clearing up rubbish, or he's putting tools away, or he's doing stuff like that.
How old is he?
He's 20.
Right, so he's a bit old. He's not a 16-year-old.
No, he's 20. And he's also, he pays so much attention to the processes of how things are done or installed.
Right. He's absorbing it all.
Yeah, so like I could be on a set of steps doing something and drilling holes in walls, and I think I need to get down and get red plugs and screws, and I turn around and Ellis's hand is there with 4 red plugs and 4 screws in it. I'm like, there's my boy. Do you know what I mean? So
good lad.
Yeah, no, he's doing well, and he's been really good. And I do say to him, not only are you going to learn to be an electrician, but you're going to learn how to run this business, because at some point, that's what you will be doing.
You're going to be doing it, mate.
That's what you will be doing.
Netflix.
Is that all right? and he goes, yeah.
Spot
Because
on.
obviously my plan as well, and we'll probably get onto that, is the marketing side of things as well. So obviously my plan is to scale the Google marketing for construction and trades businesses.
What, so your plan is to basically work on marketing for tradesmen?
Yes, because I do it. I do it already. I'm involved with. Have you heard? You've probably seen a guy called Paul Tinker on social media.
Oh, no, not really.
He's ex-military and ex-project manager, construction guys, responsible for hundreds of millions of pounds of construction projects and like something like 300,000 construction projects and stuff like that. And he runs a construction trade mastermind academy, which is a similar thing. And obviously he's actually one of my mentors. So I'm heavily involved in that as well.
Right.
So
he's helped you grow to where you are today. Sort of thing.
Yeah. So my long-term plan is to scout and build the marketing agency side of the business, which is going to predominantly be for construction guys.
Right, tradesmen in effect.
Basically, tradesmen that don't want to pay £1,000 a month for some marketing agency that won't deliver what they're paying for. And it's mainly the main premise is on your free, I will say. That's why I can't believe so many people haven't done it. Your free Google My Business listing.
Yes.
Because one thing I've learned over the last couple of years is if you can crack the Google Maps pack on Google, and what I mean by that is when people search, say, electrician Milton Keynes or electrician near me, that you come in one of the top 3. Yeah. That's when you'll get all the phone calls. Right. And it's good for me to say now that probably 5 days out of 7, I'm in the top 3 there now. So as I said to you earlier on, I do run Google ads. I'm also Google verified as well. I've now halved my Google ads budget because I'm getting such a consistent flow of inquiries.
Like normally sort of thing. Rather than
from the Google Maps.
Yeah.
And all that is free. It's a lot of work. You know, like I said to you, I'm literally on it every night for at least an hour.
Well, so you're learning as you go along as well then, obviously, to be in a position, because you don't teach people or you haven't got a course or anything yet.
No.
But that is a plan for the future.
Yes.
You're working on that as we speak?
Yes. I'm gonna do some courses, but I'm also going to be offering it as a service.
Right.
Bit like Chris from TFS over in Kent. Obviously, as we spoke earlier, we've been in conversations about the possibility of partnering up and doing it together.
Right.
So people can pay
double the strength.
Like a very small amount compared to a marketing agency to have us take care and look after their Google business profiles and business page to generate the inquiries, because some people get drawn into the My Builder and Checker Trade, and everyone's done them at times. But what I will tell you, and this is a fact, that once you sign up to Checker Trade, number one, it's almost impossible to get out. And number 2, when we talk about marketing budgets, all you're doing is paying Checker Trade's marketing budget. Because if you look at it this way, I don't know how much their subscription cost is a month, but say you're paying £100 a month to Checker Trade to be on Checker Trade. When somebody types in Google electrician Milton Keynes, Checker Trade shows up. You don't,
because they're paying for that.
Checker Trade shows up, and you're in the archives in that big chest of Checker Trade's database. So what you're doing is you're funding Checker Trade's marketing. Yes. And then hopefully, if you're lucky, once they get on
they're going to go on there and then find Milton Keynes. Yes.
They might find you.
And not a lot of customers will do that.
No, they don't.
To be honest.
No. So if you're going to invest money in marketing, invest in yourself because if you're trying to build a business, it's about brand. Brand is everything. Brand is 101 of any business in the world is brand. People associate brand. Look at McDonald's, look at Nike, Adidas, Amazon. Amazon's where they are now because for the first 4 years when Jeff Bezos started Amazon from his garage, he reinvested, I think it was something like 90% of their annual turnover in Facebook ads.
Right.
That's why when you want something, you don't even think about where to go. You automatically go on your app on the phone.
You're told
on Amazon.
already. It's pushed in front of you.
And it's the same thing. It's brand awareness.
Yes.
So it's about people seeing you everywhere so frequently and consistently that whenever they need what you've got to offer and you can deliver, they automatically think of you because they only saw you yesterday.
So your 365 services, you also growing it on social media. So if people wanted to come and maybe ask you any questions or get some coaching from yourself, how would they go about finding you?
They can find me on Facebook, 365 Services MK, or they can find me on Facebook, Andy Hill.
We didn't say your name. Andy Hill.
Andy Hill, sorry.
We just called you 365.
Like, who is this guy? A lot of information, don't even know his name. And
365 is what to search.
365 Services MK. And I've just recently set up a new TikTok account about 2 weeks ago. Cool. So it's Andy365 on there. So
you'll see a load on there as well.
Yeah.
Top banana. Well, Andy, thank you very much for coming along. And good information.
Yeah, superb.
Cheers.